Hey guys, welcome back to another week of our site lap here on Whiskey Throttle Media. We'll talk about Budds Creek. I'm your host, Brent Bowser. We're here today with Jeff Beaver. He's back. It's not Jet Reynolds, it's Jeff Beaver, and he's going to the races. What's up, Jeff? How are you?
And I'm here for some good input. I caught your little jab the other day, you little putz. But yeah, I'm back, ready to party. Went to Nashville last weekend, saw Chris Stapleton. It's good times. So kind of bummed I missed Unadilla, but happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, it's give and take, give and take. And Nashville's not a bad spot to be if you had to miss a weekend. So I don't blame you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going into Budds Creek this weekend, man, you're going to be out there. It shows a high of 85 on Saturday, a little bit of rain in the morning. It shows it's supposed to stop at like 9, but it's not a whole lot of precipitation, it looks like, as far as like maybe, I guess, sprinkle. But the humidity is going to be at 72%. It's going to be sticky out there, man. So yeah, you'll have a good time, especially at Budds Creek. It kind of sits down in that hole. And I feel like it's more humid in that hole than it actually really is. So yeah, you're going to have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, it'd be all right, man. A little bit of monkey butt powder and some sticky nuts, man. That's how we roll. I was talking to Talon Hawkins today. We spent some time with him yesterday at Surfer Cross, and he wanted some footage that we shot of him attempting to surf. Is how I'll put it. But he did a lot better than I do. But we were kind of bullshitting about Buds. I've never been out there before, and he goes, "Dude, that track's got a lot of cool angles, and there's a lot of off cambers, and basically the track straddles two bowls."
Yeah.
And I was talking to Tommy Tenders a while back. He said that that track's really fun to shoot. So hopefully we'll come up with some pretty rad edits, dude. Trying to make that 100 million mark on race edits by Iron Man. So
Yeah,
got a goal.
I feel like yeah, you'll have a pretty good few spots on that track. I feel like that big jump that they have kind of coming back towards the finish line, up the hill triple, that's a pretty sweet spot. And then obviously like Henry Hill. I mean, again, that track has a lot of good things to it, and I think it's a lot of the riders' one of their favorite tracks. Good soil, maybe a little narrow and hard to pass on in some spots, but I feel like everybody enjoys going to Budds Creek. So
Well, Dave said that was always his favorite place to race outdoors. So, and he wasn't an outdoor specialist, but he said of all the outdoors, that was pretty much his favorite place to go. So, it'd be kind of cool to check it out. And
yeah.
hey, I got a late flight out on Sunday, so I go check out the nation's capital for a little while before I get on the plane. Be cool.
Perfect. I like it.
Go
Before
flip off
we,
Biden.
I was gonna say, hey, that's a perfect time to visit there, right?
Yeah.
Before we get too far into this, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Rock and Turf. I saw we had some out there at the Supercross. They had some pretty cool Rock and Turf mats and stuff out there, whiskey throttle and a whole setup, right? It looked pretty cool.
Josh dialed it, dude. If you're the rock and turf mats, he's got the car mats, he's got the thick changing mats that are like grass, and then he's got ones that are kind of more like a front porch mat. You can get your logo on it. They're pretty slick. I think they're about $55, but they're bitching. And another cool thing he's doing is he's making cuts for your pop-up tent. So if you got your easy up,
Oh,
you
that's
can get
cool.
a custom mat made, all hemmed edges and stuff like that to go with your easy up, so you're not
On the
in the dirt
dirt,
the whole
yeah.
time. It's pretty rad, dude.
Gives you a nice little professional setup.
Yeah, they're a pretty cool company. Check out Rock and Turf Mats on Instagram.
Yeah, no, I saw that yesterday and I thought that was pretty cool. So I wanted to mention that.
And I
Max is
drink a lot of UR water.
I was gonna say, yeah. Was it? I mean, it's not that hot down there. You're at the
Dude, it was hot. It was
was
hot
it?
on the
Yeah.
beach too. But yeah, I mean, you got that at San Onofre at Site Six. Warning to anybody ever goes down to Site Six. It is the nude beach. I went for a ride yesterday and I went past the fence where you go onto the Marine Corps base, but it's allowed to go down there. I didn't. I thought everybody was blowing smoke, and no, I saw some floppy baloney tits and some dude hanging 10 out there, and it hurt my inner child. And I turned around and went back in shame. It was that was not a highlight of my life, but yeah, it was pretty hot down there. There's kind of like a flat bench, kind of white cliffs, and it just gets hot right there. And Yeah, Sean was down there. Sean Scully from UR Water was down there, and he just had cases of that shit. Oh, it was good.
Yeah, check it
So
out.
good.
pH balanced UR water. So if you're doing any activity, you need to stay hydrated. Check UR water out. Maxxis tires, Speed Strap, and Baja Designs all on board with us. We appreciate that. Yeah, Butts Creek again mentioned. The weather, the track's always good, and I think one of the coolest things that we're going to see this weekend is Eli Tomac is back. Unfortunately, Cooper Webb's out again with a thumb injury, but cool to see Eli back. And yeah, I'm curious to see how he does. He's been off a while. I'm not really sure how long he's been on the bike, but I mean, he's Eli Tomac, so I mean, you don't know what to expect. I don't think he would show up if he wasn't ready. So yeah, we're stoked to see Eli back, and it'll be cool to see more players in the mix out there.
Yeah, I'm pumped to just get to see Eli ride again outdoors. When he came across the line at Paula last summer, I thought that was the last time we'd ever see him
Yep.
outdoors. So anytime he gets on the track anymore, it's just a bonus every time because one of these days he may just say, hey, I'm done. But wouldn't that be something if he came out and just waxed everybody?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I was listening to some other podcasts, and um, I felt like the results that these guys were giving him, they're saying, "Oh, he." And again, I'm not trying to give AP and Anderson and Jay Cooper obviously really fast, but these guys were saying, "Oh, he might go 6-7 on the day." I'm thinking, I don't think Tomac would show up for that. It could happen, right? But yeah, I just anticipate him being more ready than what people think. And
He
yeah,
wouldn't be coming back if he couldn't win. If in his mind, if he wasn't capable of winning,
yep.
he wouldn't be back. He would retire.
And it's going to be a tall order against Chase, who's on a roll, and Hunter, who's on that new bike, and he had a great weekend at Unadilla, so he's got some confidence. So those two are going to be hard to beat, but I expect him to be, battling those guys and at least putting it to them for most of the moto. We'll see how his fitness is. He hasn't been racing in a while, but yeah, I wouldn't count Tomac out at all.
No, no, not at all.
And bummer for Cooper Webb. He got eighth in that first moto last week. He ended up, I read on Instagram today, he ended up, I think, just spraining his thumb that he hurt. He had surgery on. So he's going to sit out this weekend. I don't know if we'll see him at Ironman. I think he's just wanting to be healthy for SMX. And I think he was going to use these nationals to get kind of that base fitness back. But unfortunately, he had that issue at Unadilla. So he's going to be out this weekend. So yeah, Tomac and Jay Cooper would be there for the start
Is
of
that
that
is that when he
race.
crashed and he went back to playing flagger?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right off that drop off. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but he must have just came off that, hit his hand, and yeah, he pretty much pulled off after that. So yeah, bummer for
Hey,
Coop.
one thing I want to talk about, talking about the flagging. Did you guys hear what they were saying about Davey and them are testing out that new system and that's kind of a GPS, and if a bike stops moving, the
Yep,
lights start going off. So for everybody who's been kind of wondering what MX Sports and Feld are doing for it, they are testing this new system. I kind of caught wind of it a while back. Didn't get the full scoop on it from Davey, but they have been working on something and they are testing it out. And I wouldn't be surprised come January 1 if
yeah,
we have something like that in place. And I mean, how great would that be? If just like if Coop bike stopped, it automatically the lights go on, and
yep,
it'll just be a thing of guys getting used to just keeping an eye on those lights. And obviously they'll still have the flaggers, but
yeah.
if I knew that system was out there, I'd be paying attention more to the lights than I would to the flaggers at this point.
Oh yeah, you figure that's more of like a engineering control where the flaggers are
Yeah,
more of like as they see it, right?
administrative control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
administrative control. So yeah, I think they talked about that on the broadcast. We kind of touched on that on the post race show, but yeah, I think that's cool. Basically, where like you said, if a bike comes to a stop, the GPS can pick up where it's at on the track, and the lights in that area will start flashing. And it was funny. Stuart made a mention. He's like, "Man, if they had those things when I was racing, those lights would be on
They'd be
all the
going off all the
time."
time. Like
I was
a
like,
Christmas tree.
yeah, yeah. So that's cool. I think that's a good step because again, the flagging is so inconsistent. It's not like we have a traveling flagging crew, right? They're more volunteers, and I'm sure they get paid a little bit of money and a hot dog and a Coke. But yeah, I think this is a way
Well,
better step.
some of those guys have been around a while and they're really, really experienced. And and you got some good ones. It's like any crew you
Yeah.
have out in the field doing any kind of job. You got good guys and you got guys that aren't so good, right? But
Yep. Yep.
that'll kind of help eliminate some of the human factor. There's going to be technological glitches, and
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
just waiting for the one where the yellow flags go off or the red flag goes off because of a technical glitch and screws the
Yeah.
race up. Then everybody's just going to
Oh, I
bitch and
know.
moan about that. But
Yeah.
when it comes, the fact that the guys, they're willing to test it out, put the money up, it's going to be a significant investment to
Yeah.
put 40 guys on the line with GPS tracking systems and have a
And have it
buy
work
the
and not
software, have
malfunction.
somebody administrate it,
Yeah,
set it up every round. That's a significant investment for
for
MX
sure.
Sports and Feld to do. So just for the people who are kind of bashing on them, give them a little credit where credit's due.
Yeah, and if you think back to that crash that Hayden had, Redbud, where that guy's bike was on the backside of that landing, if they had that system in place, that bike was there for a while, right? It would have been clear as day with the lights on that jump, and ultimately could have prevented that from happening. So I think that's exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, I'd like to see something if they're going to put a GPS unit on the bike, also to have like a little light that's on your bar that just starts, like
Flashing
an
or something,
LED that
yeah,
starts flashing yellow as well,
yeah.
on
So
top of
it's
having it at the top of the jumps. If
yeah,
they got a unit on the bike, it just automatically, if that unit goes off, it
yep.
also blinks on the bike. I think that would help a lot too.
Agreed. Yeah. I think it's cool that they're looking at these alternatives to make things a lot more safer and just kind of take those things out of the human error portion of it, like we talked about. So, yeah, cool things to see. And we'll see how, again, I guess they've been testing it at the combines. Obviously, they used it this weekend on a few bikes. So, yeah, I'm sure they'll continue to advance that and it'll be something good for everybody in the future. Talk about a Unadilla just a little bit. I feel like we're getting, 2 rounds left. Real quick, we'll touch on. Let's talk 250 class. I really Hayden Deegan's got this thing locked up. He's got 70 points on Levi Kitchen. I feel like he could potentially lock it up after that first moto. I guess my question for you in the 250 class is Deegan's a clear favorite to win the championship, but these guys have some motivation to get some moto wins, bonus money, SMX points. Is there anybody that you think is going to challenge him in the last 4 motos for some moto wins? Shimoda's out, broken collarbone. So you got Kitchen and Hymas had that big crash. So who knows how he's going to respond after that? That was nasty. So
Maybe
yeah,
Vial. I
yeah,
don't know. Maybe with all the off-camber stuff,
yeah, yeah,
Vial, that'll help him shine a little bit. But basically, Deegan needs to score 5 points and it's
yep,
game over.
yeah. Five
So
five
if
points on Kitchen and it's over.
Kitchen finishes third and Hayden finishes first,
Game over.
championship celebration.
Yep, yeah, I agree. So more than
Maybe we'll see
likely,
a bunch of sick whips in the second moto.
that'd be sick. I mean, why not? Yeah.
Party time. Have
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. Hey, who knows? Maybe if he wraps it up at Bud's, he'll be on a 450 at Iron, man.
Well, I wonder
No,
if he's going to stick with. Can you see this at all? Is it
no,
there? Ah,
no.
no, it won't come up. That sucks. I got that Deegan number plate. I wonder if he's gonna uh change the background or change the number to number one, or if he's gonna still run the yellow 38.
Yeah, who knows, right? Yeah, and you've heard whispers, people, floating around online about, oh, why wouldn't he race 450 at Ironman if he's already got the title? I mean, again, it's his second full year, so I don't see
Why
any
why why risk it? Why
exactly.
risk getting hurt?
I don't see any need for that. Again, he can still go there. He wins a championship, gets championship bonus. I mean, these guys obviously race dirt bikes and the money's nice, but if he can go 1-1 or get on a podium, why wouldn't you do that and take the bonus
Well,
money? So
what's the record for most 250 national wins by somebody? Isn't it
well, Stewart won all but I think one moto in the 125 class 1 year.
yeah, but I think it was Ricky for a while and then I think Stewart beat it, but isn't it like 14 overall wins
I'd have to look.
outdoors or something
Yeah,
like that?
I'd have to look it up, but
And Deegan's got, I think, 6 now.
yeah, close.
It makes you wonder if he went 1-1 or if he won the overall at Buds and the overall at Ironman, that puts him at 8. Does
Yeah,
he hang around next season and try to put a rubber stamp on the national class for most wins in the 250 class before he moves up to 450? I
Yeah.
think he honestly would. And I wouldn't be surprised if Brian's in no hurry to pump the brakes and keep him on a 250
Yeah.
until
No.
Supercross 26.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because again, he's young. This is his second full season. My thought process of through how you've kind of seen these guys that have that elite level go through. I could see him racing Supercross outdoors 250 next year. Getting a Supercross title hopefully for his first one. Back up his outdoor title. Supercross 26, but then outdoors on a 450, like kind of like we've seen like Chase Sexton did, and these guys move up to 450 outdoors. So who knows? We'll see.
I think
But
he'll be on the 450 in Supercross in 26.
yeah, and that could be very well be right.
I think he's going to be on something with a red front fender and an Italian accent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be
I,
interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised
Hey, if the
with
check,
a German teammate and a good old boy from Colorado.
hey, if the check cashes, I mean, you know, and
Yeah, that.
they're putting it through the test. I mean, we won't talk about the brand, but yeah, I mean, we see
Well,
race.
other people have been talking about it this week, and
Yeah, 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 yeah,
it makes a lot of sense, dude. And I've been hearing rumors that Reed may be involved in that setup. There could be some cool shit, man.
yeah,
Get some old boys back in there, new bike,
yeah. I think
some
26.
BMF.
I think 2026 is going to be interesting because I think some of these guys that are on the later parts of their career, um, might dwindle out. So it might open up some more spots, but also we're gonna have Ducati coming in and then Triumph's gonna have a 450. So I feel like the sport's in a good spot and we're gonna see a lot of new things coming soon.
There's gonna
So
be a lot of new shit in 26. Teams
yeah,
changing brands, all kinds of cool shit.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's I mean, again, 250 class is pretty much Hayden Deegan's lose. We'll see who if anybody puts up a fight, tries to get some moto wins or an overall for him, but overall he's had a solid summer and I don't expect anybody really taking anything away from him. 450
Hey,
class.
real quick,
Mhm.
Cochran. He put out a vague post saying we'll see you soon. Does
Yeah.
anybody know what happened? Is it a break?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything other than his Instagram post, and because I was trying to see who was all out. We know Joe's got a broken collarbone. Jet's still out. There was a lot of guys going down at Unadilla. That fall from Shimoda was wild, but
Yeah, he said 100 times he's done that fall. This time it just broke.
yeah, that was strange. I thought he got impaled by one of those track markers or something at first, the way he was rolling around, but yeah, I didn't see Casey's crash, but we just saw him on the back of the mule, holding his arm. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. I like that kid, and I feel like he's done really good his rookie season. So we'll see, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I was bummed out on that.
Yeah, definitely. 450 class, Chase Sexton. Man, he got a pretty good run for his money. Moto won last weekend with Hunter Lawrence on that new 25 Sierra 450. He made that thing look really good, like a salesman, like he said on the podium. But yeah, I mean, Chase got him. He got him back, and yeah, he held him off. But second moto, Chase got the whole shot and checked out from everybody. But Hunter rode really well on that new bike. Don't know if it was a time off because he looked like he was struggling a little bit before we had the off weeks and maybe just a little fatigue from his first year on 450s. But yeah, Sexton's got a 28-point lead, which, with four motos to go is pretty big. It'd be pretty hard for him to lose that unless something catastrophic happens. But I could just see him and Hunter swapping moto wins. And again, with Tomac back, maybe that throws a wrench in the chain for one of those guys. But I really think it's Sexton to lose at this point.
Yeah, I mean, what is he up? 30 points, 28 points?
28, yeah.
Yeah, 28. I mean, it's still close enough to where one bad moto and Hunter's right there, and that bike's bad,
Yep.
Hunter's bad.
Yep.
I'm still not closing this title out after the second or after the first moto at Ironman. If there's still a pretty big gap, then it's
Yeah.
going to be well, okay, he might have it wrapped up, but then Hunter's a nice guy, but Hunter wants that title pretty bad. Does
Oh
he
yeah.
put Chase in the dirt? I mean, like Dave was talking about, you know, Tomac ran Dungy off the track on a triple
Yeah.
that
Yep.
year trying to get that title. All bets are off in that last moto.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. You're gonna do whatever you can, right, to win a championship.
don't get Zach Osborne. Look what
I,
happened to Savatgy after that. I mean, the guy's probably been in therapy for 7, 8 years now.
yeah, I can't
Uh,
imagine. Yeah. So again, you never know, right? Things can happen. First term crash. bike problem. You don't know if he has a DNF, right? It's everything's it's he's right back in it. He's down no points.
Screwed.
Yeah, so I don't wish that on Chase. If that happens, that's gonna be wild. And again, Chase can make his way through the pack. So unless bad start, first turn crash, or a bike issue, that's really the only thing I can see him taking him out. But again, you never know. And this is motocross, and he won the Supercross title with Tomac tearing his Achilles with the race to go, and yeah, it's not over till it's over. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I like Chase, and I'd love to see him win it, but I like Hunter, and I really like his mechanic Cameron. It's my boy, so it's kind of like torn between the two. It's like, yeah, I'll be
yeah,
stoked on one, but I'll be bummed, and I'll be stoked. It's like, ah, shit. Let's just see what happens.
for sure. Let's talk a little bit about betonline.ag. Last weekend, I was actually paying attention to some of the bets that you could have made would actually they had the Hayden Deegan versus the field, which you would have lost if you would have bet on the field, you would have won, which was a pretty good bet. But so for this weekend, the 250 class, you have a head-to-head is Tom Vial versus Levi Kitchen, which I feel that's pretty fair. Levi's been kind of up and down, and same with Tom. So I mean, again, the Levi's the favorite, but yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good head-to-head battle there. Who would you pick if you had to pick out of them?
I would pick probably Levi at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then you have your odds to win. Obviously, Hayden Deegan's the favorite. Levi Kitchens plus 250. Tom Vial's plus 400. Chance Hymas is plus 700. So you have some bets in there, right? I think if you think Hayden's going to take it safe, you can go to the Kitchen or Vial route. Vial's plus 400. It's a pretty good bet you could make there. And then you can also do your whole shot bets, right? So they have different whole shot, right? They have Hayden, Levi, Tom. I will stay away from the whole shot bets in the 250 class because I feel like it's somebody different every time. But if you're feeling frisky, go ahead and pick that. So that's the bets they have up right now for the 250 class. And then for the 450 class, they have the same bets. You can do the same head to head, whole shot, or overall. And for the head to head, oh, it just closed. Let's see. Oh, this is a
Freaking
good one.
slacker.
Hey, this is a good one. Aaron Plessinger versus Justin Cooper, right? They're battling that for that third spot in the series. They're only separated by, I think, 3 points. AP has it. AP's a favorite, but I don't know. That's a toss up. Jay Coop and AP. I think it just depends on who gets a start and doesn't go down.
I think right now AP's got a little more steam in the tank than Jay Coop. He could definitely do it, but
Yeah.
my gut says AP.
Yeah, and I could see that too because I listened to Justin Cooper before the break. Again, he's another rookie in the 450 class. They're not used to doing all 17 supercrosses and then all these outdoors, right? Normally they have a nice break, either the race East and West Coast. And he was like, man, I was ready for a break. So AP's been doing this a while, so he's used to the grind. But I
Yeah.
think I would go with you there as well. I would choose AP. And then you got the odds to win. Chase Sexton's the minus 275. He's obviously the favorite, but this is where it's interesting. And I don't know if they're going to the odd lines change as people start betting, but Eli Tomac is a plus 1,600 to win. So if you bet $100 on Eli Tomac to win, you can win $1,600.
That's worth it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if they. And again, he's been off a while. Obviously, there's a lot of things to think about, but I don't know if you'd ever see Eli Tomac with plus 1,600 odds on anything. So yeah.
I'd
Anyway,
buy
so
that for $1.
yeah. And then same thing, you could have a whole shot bets, but yeah, for the odds to win, Hunter Lawrence plus 225, that's not bad. Aaron Plessinger plus 700, but I think the best bet if you're going to make one for to win, if you were looking for some upside, is Eli Tomac. That's make the bets quick if because again, as people start betting, those odd lines will change, and he could be a lot lower than that by the time the race comes around. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how Tomac does this weekend. Another thing I want to talk about real quick after we make our predictions, I want to talk a little bit about Motocross of Nations. So before we get there, give me your winners for the 250 and the 450 class.
250, I'm gonna go with Hayden and then Levi and Tom. And for the 450s, I'm gonna go with Chase Hunter, Eli.
Okay. So for the 450 class, I'm gonna do the exact same. Chase, Hunter, Eli. I think Eli, if he gets a start, he'll run with those guys. We'll see what his fitness is like. And I would love to see him win, but again, it's hard. It's a big task for him to come and beat these guys. So I could see that. At 250 class, I'm the same thing as well. I think Hayden's gonna win. Kitchen second, Vial third. I was really impressed with Hymas last weekend at High Point. I've never seen that kid ride that fast. But I can only imagine he's going to have some lingering effects from that wreck. That was nasty. I don't know if you saw that replay. But luckily, nothing's broken. I don't know how, but that was a big get off. So hopefully he's good. A lot of times you take a hit that big, it takes you a couple weeks to recover and get your confidence back on your bike. So,
Yeah,
um,
that guy's got the shit kicked out of him. He kicked the shit out of himself this season. I mean,
dude,
but he's tough, dude. He's
yeah,
tough and he's got heart.
yeah,
I got a hell of a lot more respect for that kid than I did at the beginning of the season, just by how
yep.
savage he is, dude.
And dude, he was ripping that first lap. He came from fifth past everybody. He for that whole first 18 minutes or whatever he led that first moto, he looked really good. And you just get those certain sections of certain tracks that almost have a speed limit where you can't go that fast or bad things happen. Because it didn't look like he did anything wrong. His back end stepped out. Brennan got that one rut, and I don't even know if but he probably hit the ground before he even knew it happened with how quick it happened. So good to see he was good because that looked nasty. I was afraid
Yeah,
something
getting
else.
high sided never is a good thing.
No, I do not like that. Um, so that's Budds Creek. Real quick, let's talk a little bit about Motocross of Nations. I know they've been holding off um, announcing the team. I think they've been wanting to see with Tomac coming back and maybe even Webb what they can do, what kind of position they're in as far as like race pace and fitness and stuff like that. Again, Webb's out again, so we won't get to see him. But who would you pick for the Motocross of Nations? We need two 450 riders and a 250 rider, and we know that Kawasaki in the past hasn't.
Chase, AP, and Deegan.
Yeah, so you think AP over Tomac? Yeah,
Chase, AP, Deegan.
yeah. What if Tomac comes back this weekend and an Ironman and runs with
Chase,
Chase?
AP, Deegan.
You can't change your mind.
Chase, AP, Deegan.
What if Deegan says he can't go? So the
Then
rumors are he's got to get some hardware out after from his wrist that he didn't break before
yeah,
Supercross.
I've those conversations have been talked about, and if he does, that sucks. But who do we? I asked Justin to hop down to the 250.
Yeah, and that's what I
I
think.
think at this point, that's the only viable guy we have for the 250 class. I don't think Chance, maybe Chance, but the consistency.
Yeah.
I don't think Cooper's forgot how to ride a 250, and that dude fast
No.
as hell outdoors on a 250. So
Yeah, he's a little dude and he gets starts and he's
if
just
Hayden didn't go, I would like to see Justin Cooper drop back down to the 250F and go for the gold.
agreed. I like that. And I wish that, for whatever reason, Monster
And
Kawasaki
just
was so.
because of the experience too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's been there,
He
done that.
won it.
Hmm.
He's been there. He's been through the pressure cooker. I don't know. Chance is a bad kid on a bike. He's sick, but can
Yeah.
he handle the pressure cooker of
Yeah.
an Olympic style event? I think Justin's a very quiet guy, but he also seems to very well handle the pressure.
Yeah, he
So
does. And I feel like, yeah, he's very level headed. And again, like you said, he's been in that position before. He rides
yeah.
very well
If
on the
if I
250.
mean if you're managing people, the Chase AP Deegan is my thoughts, and then if you have to make somebody else for the 250, I would want Justin Cooper just because of the kind of the cool hand Luke
Yeah,
attitude, right? He's
agreed.
just
Yeah.
gonna hopefully
Do
he's not
his
over there
job.
smoking a cigarette, but maybe just over there throwing them all a curveball and just puffing on a Marlboro and flicks it down and goes down and lays the wood. Just what the you know
With the Budweiser and everything,
that'd be some epic shit, dude. If the whole line AP's out there with a Marlboro and
Uh,
Bud Light,
it's just, it could be water,
Chase
but
is
just
out
have
there
the
with a
can.
White Claw, That'd be all, what in the hell is going on over at Team America?
Well,
We could edit the words to the South Park song, just have that be the theme song, just eagles flying,
well, and
just good.
Monster has that new alcoholic beverage, so maybe that's where they debut it. I don't know, So Jake Hoops on the
Well, the
on the
Kyles are going to go crazy. There's alcoholic monster now? Oh
Oh,
shit.
there is, yeah, and it's
There's
not
gonna be
very.
holes punched in porta potties and spousal abuse like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, so I like that. I think if Tomac comes back and shows he has a pace up front, I think it'd be very hard not to choose him as well with Sexton. But again, I like having AP there. Captain America, he's been riding good all summer, but again, we'll see what Tomac does. It's going to be a hard choice, I think, between AP and Tomac if Tomac comes back and rides very well. And then 250, I wish Levi could come back. I wish Levi could go to the Motocross of Nations, but for whatever reason, we know that Kawasaki just hasn't really been supporting it in the past. So, and I'm with you though. So if we
I
can't
mean,
take,
if he begged, I think he could get what he wants, but I just don't think he's got the consistency, and I think he's kind of
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think his mental game's as strong.
yeah,
You want a guy like Hayden who's just ready, like throwing deuces and
yeah, I
let's
know,
go, and he'll pick a fight with anybody. He doesn't give a shit. So you need that kind of mentality or the Justin Cooper mentality. You can see with Levi sometimes he's kind of like,
yeah.
oh man,
He's just reserved, right? He's a calm and
yeah,
reserved
but
guy. Yeah,
there's just something when you read body language.
yeah.
Cooper's not afraid. He just kind of
Hmm.
he's over here chilling and looking, and or Deegan's like, I'm here to whoop your ass.
I know. Yeah,
It's one or the other. You can't be 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. You've got to just be like, all right, cool. I know I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do the best I can and go, or I'm here to whoop all your asses. That kind of mentality, kind of like, I don't know. I don't think that'd be the guy to have go. And I
agreed.
see that, and if I piss him off, if he hears us, I don't care. That's what I
Yeah,
think, right?
yeah. And I think it would be really cool, because Hayden couldn't go. He didn't go last year. I think it'd be really cool to see Hayden over there at the Motocross of Nations because that dude's just going to throw down, and it would be cool to see him race against those
It
European
cut his
guys.
hair into a mullet. Have
Dude,
Chase cut a mullet.
he comes out with the malicious spikes on a chest protector.
We had ballistic spikes, the chest protector, and the with the mullet, and then have Chase do the mullet. And Chase already rocks the Oakley
Yeah,
blades, dude. We'll just
yeah.
get Chase like a neon tank top, straight 90s. It just Team
Dude,
America, baby.
that would be awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I won't
Um,
even ask for any trademark on that. Let's do it. You can have that shit for free.
Yeah, so we'll see. Again, I don't know exactly when they're going to announce it, but as much as you read it, looks like they've been waiting for these guys to come back to see how they perform. But either way, I think we have some solid people to pick for the team, and I'm sure we'll find out soon. Anything else you want to touch on for Budds Creek or anything else?
Yeah, hey, if you guys are at it, check this out here. Got some
Check
new
out the
whiskey throttle
merch.
merch. Go over to our Instagram, click on the link tree, whiskeythrottlemedia.com. Check it out. We got a pretty cool new series, the Top Fuel series. There's some pretty awesome shirts, and we're gonna start dropping them every month or every 6 weeks or something like that. So support the channel, support us.
Yeah,
We'd really appreciate it. It's always rad to see people out there with Whiskey Throttle merch on, and it helps us get to the races and do what we're doing. So yeah, show a little love, and there are going to be some cool giveaways in the in some of the orders. So you may get a little something in there, and
cool.
yeah, just definitely some cool shit that Dave and all of us have been working on. So I'd
Yeah,
love to see it. And thank you in advance.
that's cool. Yeah, sounds cool. I need to get me a shirt. Yeah, I can see that one you have, and
We're going to charge you double.
I know it's okay. It's fine. But yeah, that's our site lap for Unadil or for Budds Creek. I know, it's just been been
That's
the
what
first.
you get for talking shit last weekend when I was off.
It was the first day of school. I had 100 million things going on today. My brain isn't working,
Yeah,
but
did you bring the teacher an apple? The
no.
kids are already back in school.
Yeah, dude. Jesus.
Dude, those kids are getting screwed, man. When we were kids, we
Dude,
didn't go back to school until after Labor Day, dude.
honestly, I feel like again maybe because we're adults now, but I'm like I can't believe that summer's already over. Like that was
Homeschool
our
your kids, dude.
seriously.
Homeschool your kids, dude. You'd
Yeah,
be better off anyway. Anyway,
I
no more politics. We gotta go.
I agree with that. Well, shout out to our sponsors, Rock and Turf, Maxxis Tires, Speed Strap, UR Water, and Baja Designs. That's our riders meeting or site lap for Bud's Creek. We'll catch you guys for riders meeting on Sunday. See you guys.
Ooh, you are on fire today, buddy.
If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, comment what you thought, and share it with your friends.